DZRH, Elizalde.
Forget the past, it's time to mend.
A corporate thing.
So, ang sinasabi ko na lang,
Isang mapayapang hapon Pilipinas. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja, na bumabati sa lahat ng nakikinig sa atin sa DZRH at nanonood sa RH TV, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kasamahang alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Maligayang Pasko po sa ating lahat, sa lahat ng nakikinig at nanonood ng Art2art sa loob at labas ng Pilipinas. Saan man kayo naroroon sa mundo, nais naming ipaabot sa inyo ang taus-pusong pagbati ng aming buong production staff. Kalapit na rin ang aming taimtim na pasasalamat sa inyong walang sawang pagtangkilik sa aming programa. Sa hapong ito, isang espesyal na pamaskong handog ang alay namin sa inyo dahil makakasama natin ang isang singer-songwriter whose name is practically synonymous to Christmas dito sa ating bansa. Ang sabi nga nila, malalaman mo kapag Pasko na sa Pilipinas kapag naririnig mo na ang kanyang pamilyar na tinig sa radyo, sa mga malls, restaurants at iba pang pampublikong lugar na maagang magpatugtog ng Christmas carols. Hindi na tayo dapat magulat na ang kanyang album na Christmas in Our Hearts ay ang biggest selling album sa kasaysayan ng pop music sa Pilipinas at patuloy na nagdadala sa atin ng diwa ng Pasko sa mahigit na 2 dekada. Kaya't wag na nating patagalin pa dahil sigurado kaming kilala na ninyo ang aming espesyal na panauhin sa hapong ito. Samahan ninyo kami sa kalahating oras ng masayang kwentuhan at kantahan kasama ang multi-awarded singer, songwriter, hitmaker na si Ginoong Jose Marie Chan.
Isinilang sa Iloilo City, si Jose Marie Chan ay nagtapos ng Bachelor of Arts in Economics mula sa Ateneo de Manila University. Una siyang lumabas sa telebisyon noong 1966 bilang isa sa mga host ng sikat na teenage musical show na Nine Teeners. Nang sumunod na taon, inilabas niya ang kanyang unang hit single na Afterglow, na sinundan naman ng kanyang unang recording album na Deep in My Heart noong 1969. 5 dekada ang nakalipas, si Jose Marie Chan ay itinuturing ngayon bilang isa sa pinakamatagumpay at pinakasikat na singer-songwriter sa Pilipinas. Bukod sa di mabilang na hit recordings, umani na rin siya ng di iilang industry awards. Kabilang na ang Diamond Record Award at Double Diamond Record Award para sa kanyang mga di malilimutang awitin. Bilang isang international concert performer, nakapagtanghal na siya sa iba't ibang tanghalan sa mga kontinento ng North America, Europa, Asia at Australia. Nakapaglathala na siya ng halos 20 recording albums at 2 music books na nagtataglay ng mga areglo ng kanyang pinakatanyag na komposisyon. Noong 2008, itinatag niya ang Signature Music Incorporated, isang music publishing company na nangangasiwa sa publishing at intellectual property rights ng kanyang mga awitin. Kabilang sa kanyang karangalang natanggap ay ang 1974 10 Outstanding Young Men o TOYM Award, 1997 Dangal ng Musikang Pilipino Award mula sa PARI, at mga Lifetime Achievement Awards mula sa Katha, Aliw Awards, Star Awards for Music at PhilSCAP. Ipinagmamalaki ng Art2art na makasama sa Paskong hapong ito ang premyadong Filipino hitmaker at internationally acclaimed singer-songwriter Jose Marie Chan.
Merry Christmas po, Tito Joe.
Merry Christmas to you, Lisa. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being our special Christmas guest.
And how long have you had this show now?
Almost 10 years na po.
Oh, what took you so long to invite me?
I know.
joke lang. Maligayang Pasko po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
But Tito, you know, I have to congratulate you because it is your 50th anniversary.
Next year.
Next year is your 50th anniversary
As a recording
as a
artist.
recording artist. But in 1966, you were
I was a host of a TV show.
yes, you were in the entertainment industry already.
19ers.
19ers. You were 19.
Come around. Yeah.
My Lord, 50 years in show business.
Yes, thank God. And it's been an uphill battle, and then occasionally a plateau. I've had failures, but those failures strengthened me, and I tried even harder to succeed the next time. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. Let's start from the beginning. I mean, like, I remember when we first started working together, you were part of the board of Philippine Ballet
Yes,
Theater.
I was, and that was a memorable moment.
Yes, and one of the numbers, one of the mainstaying numbers of Philippine Ballet Theater was Beautiful Girls.
Yes, I
to your
remember
music.
that. Yes.
I was not one of the beautiful girls.
No, you were the prima ballerina. You were you were the most important dancer.
But I also remember, and one of my fondest memories of you, Tito, was when we met, I think by accident, we were across each other in a local flight going to Bacolod
You
or
were with
going
your
to
mom?
Iloilo. Yes, I remember because I was very shocked that you were traveling economy class together with all of us mortals.
The economy section of the plane is where you should be, because that's where the young, good-looking stewardesses are.
Oh, I see. So that was your strategy pala.
Joke.
No, but really, it was just a reflection of how you have kept so grounded and so, humble and so reachable, really, in 50 years in showbiz.
Reachable is right.
All
because,
of those hits, all of that success. Let's take you back to the beginning.
All right.
So what made you start in the entertainment industry?
I've always loved singing. I think I was 9 years old when I first performed in a radio program for children in Iloilo. That's where I was born. And then all through my grade school, I would sing in school programs without a -1, without an accompaniment. So my father, who's a businessman, by the way, he passed away 22 years ago. He saw that I had this gift and this passion for music, and somehow he encouraged me up to a limit. Kasi ang sabi niya lagi sa akin, I want you to know that, number one, your voice is just ordinary. Because yung standard niya siguro is mga Mario Lanza.
Yes.
Okay. So your voice is just ordinary. Huwag ka lang ma-hurt, sabi niya sa akin. Secondly, I don't think that in this country where we live in, I don't think that you'll be able to support a family in the long term if you remain.
He was a practical man.
Yes, he was. He was a businessman.
Yeah.
He was a poor immigrant from China who tried to make something of himself here, and he worked very hard all his life. So, yes, I owe a lot to him. I learned a lot about business from him and about life. I learned a lot about life. Anyway, so, and then in high school, I tried to join a band. In those days, Lisa, a band was called Combo.
Yes, I remember. Yes.
Yeah, Combo. And then in college at the Ateneo, when I came to Manila, I joined a band called Whiff and Poof.
But you took up economics in
Yes, I
Ateneo.
took up economics because my father didn't want me to take up music
Okay.
just per se. And then, I can't remember how it happened, but soon I was beginning to sing at campus festivals, not as part of the group, but solo with just a guitar. And that's when I had the opportunity to perform my original songs.
But you were songwriting since you were
I started
in high school?
Yes, Lisa, I started writing my songs when I was 13 or 14 years old.
Wow.
All of a sudden, this was the time when there was an influx of singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
People like Paul Anka, Teddy Randazzo. And so they inspired me with their music. So I thought, if they can write their songs, so can I. And so in the beginning, my songs reflected those American music,
Yeah.
which is a natural stage
Yeah.
in any songwriter. So if I sing some of my old songs, you would say, very derivative. Oo, kinopya. But then later on, I developed my own style.
I see.
So 13, 14, I was already composing.
Wow.
And then in 1966, Pete Roa of ABS-CBN approached me and said, "Hey Joe, we have seen you in campus festivals and that you MC these shows. Maybe we could put up a TV show that would be patterned after those campus festivals. We'll call it 19ers because at that time, ABS-CBN had channel 9, so 19ers. So for about a year and a half, I was the MC
Of 19.
of 19ers.
Not because you were 19 years old at
No,
that time.
I was older.
Okay.
But I saw this as an opportunity to expose my original songs. And that led to my first recording in
Which was in
1967,
1967.
Yes.
It was Afterglow.
Afterglow.
Yeah.
And I went from north to south. I went
Yeah.
to Apari, I went to Holo, I went to radio stations and I presented my record,
Yeah.
my 45 RPM, a small record with a big hole. And in the beginning, they would say, "Oh, okay, we will listen to it." A few radio stations played it, and there was response. People would go to Raon, to record bars,
Yes.
and to look for Afterglow by Cliff Richard
Uh-huh.
because they thought it was a foreign song.
Yes.
And then the radios, the record stores would say, "Ay, wala kaming Cliff Richard, pero meron kaming Jose
Marie Chan."
No, gusto ko yung Cliff Richard."
Yung Afterglow.
Oo.
Yeah.
So it took a
At
while.
that time, how difficult was it when you were,
Yeah.
yung mga competitors were foreign,
Yes.
with the Beatles, the Beach Boys,
Yes, Cliff Richard.
Yeah, Cliff
It was-
Richards.
It
How-
was
how
tough. yeah.
difficult
That was an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Because it took a long time for them to accept a local singer.
Hindi pa uso yung OPM noon.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
OPM came only in the 70s.
Okay. So, yeah, in the 70s, Pinoy sound became big. So, did you feel pressured to compose and gumawa ng mga awitin in Tagalog?
No, I didn't come up with my first Tagalog song until the mid-70s. Because I didn't want to adapt. I wanted to be my own original. And since I was an Ilonggo, I wasn't very fluent in Tagalog or Filipino. So it came later on. In fact, how did it happen? Okay, I had a song in 1973. This was during the martial law days. I had a song called Mr. Songwriter, which was a subtle protest against the suppression of rights of the dictator. Mr. Songwriter, write me a song, make it a short and simple melody with words that will carry our message across, our message of peace to every country. Okay. It was not accepted by radio. They said, what is this? I mean, it's not a love song. What are you making, a social statement? So it was a couple of years later when an advertising agent friend of mine, Greek Ortalesa, wrote the words to Mamang Sorbetero. And then it became a hit.
Yes.
But after that, I collaborated with other people. We came out with 2 beautiful songs. I consider them beautiful. My melodies and their lyrics. And I entered them sa Metropop. And sad to say, both songs lost. I mean, they were finalists. One was, hahanapin ko ang awit at ang tinig mo pag nalayo sa'yo, which was interpreted by Anthony Castello, pero natalo. And then, many years later, it became a popular song in mga amateur contests. People would sing them in competition. And one of the most touching versions is by Lea Salonga.
Yes.
She recorded it with the ABS-CBN Orchestra.
Which she sang in the Legends and the Classics. Yeah.
It's a definitive version. Thanks to Lea. She's really one of my favorites. And she's my inaanak.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I've gotten to that age where I'm ninong at weddings. It started with ninong sa baptism, ninong sa kasal.
Yes. And what was the other one that got away? The
Another loser in Metropop.
Yeah.
Minsan pa. Minsan pa magkatagpong muli. Minsan pa kung ako'y swertehin. Asa ko wala naman kundi ang malaman mo. Pangarap ko'y ikaw. Ikaw pa rin. Lyrics by Rolando S. Tino. You remember him?
Yes, of course.
I miss him. He was a wonderful man and very intelligent. He was a professor at the Ateneo when I was in college.
You were talking about how you felt about these songs na hindi nanalo before we started our episode today, and I thought that it would be nice to share your feelings about. We always talk about the success, the hits, and we don't really talk about how singer-songwriters feel about their art na did not reach the full potential, as you put it earlier.
I consider my songs my children. They're like my children, and very often many of my songs don't get played on radio, and so they don't get known. They don't sell. And when I look back, many of those songs were not able to reach their potential because they were not given the chance. So it is like seeing a child of mine not finishing college. You know, so hanggang dun lang siya. Whereas a song like Beautiful Girl, it's like seeing my son becoming president of a bank. Or Christmas in Our Hearts. It's like seeing my son becoming president of the Republic of the Philippines, you know, and going down in history. You know, so that's how it feels. And I take pride in my art because the words and music come straight from my heart. They reflect my thoughts, my feelings, my desires, my aspirations, you know. And I'm sure you too, in your ballet.
But, Tito, do you keep track of all your songs? Do you have a number in your head of how many songs you've composed?
I don't know the exact number, but I've released 14 albums. So yeah, that's the measure that I have.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Just wow.
14 albums. But that's not really much considering that I've been recording for 50 years. 14 albums is not really. I guess during the 11 years that I spent in the United States, I was out of the recording industry for 11 years, and I was content with writing songs for other artists. Yeah. Like, for example, Joey Albert. I remember the boy, but I don't remember the feeling anymore. You know, or for the Apo Hiking Society, I wrote a song called Semagan ng dalaga na hindi basta-basta kapag iyong makita, di ka maniniwala. Mga kalalakihan, kapag dumadaan, tinitignan.
Wow, mapapakanta ka talaga. Tito,
lyrics
sandali
by
lang.
Apo Hiking.
We have to break for commercial. Marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan kasama ang ating espesyal na panauhin ngayong Pasko, the iconic Filipino singer-songwriter, Jose Mari Chan. Dito pa rin sa Art2art. Magbabalik po kami pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art2art. Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Kasama ang balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja. Art2art.
Kasama pa rin natin ang premyadong singer-songwriter at certified hitmaker na si Mr. Jose Marie Chan. We were talking about your 10 years in New York.
11 years.
11 years in
By the
New
way,
York.
I like the way you introduce Jose Marie Chan. Sometimes kasi in shows, here is Jose Marie Chan. So people say, anong family name? What kind of family name is that? Marie Chan. Sabi ko, my father is from New Delhi. Mr. Marie Chan. Thank you very, very much.
Well, I knew you from way back pa kasi. So I know how to introduce
Yeah.
you. Yeah, 11 years in New York. What was the reason for you leaving the country?
Okay.
And why did you return?
My father, since 1946, right after the war, started his sugar trading business. We were buying from sugar planters and selling to industrial users and so on. Then, when martial law was declared, one of the first things that President Marcos did was to control the sugar industry, because not only was it a kingmaker, but it was also a source of enormous funds.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, we couldn't do business in our own country. And my father felt that he was too young to retire. So he didn't want to give up. Some of his competitors went to other businesses. But since sugar was his, was his baby, he decided to go to New York. So the two of us left. I brought my family. At that time, we already had 3 children. And we went to New York. We set up shop there. And little by little, I began to trade sugar out of Central America and South America. And that's where I had to relearn my Spanish 101. Because doing business in Peru or Bolivia or Honduras, you had to speak a little Spanish.
Yes,
At
of
least
course.
put a little accent in your English, to sound a little bit like Spanish. So for 11 years, that's what I did in New York, Lisa.
But you were also practicing your art. You were writing songs as well as singing
Yes.
when you were in New York?
As a matter of fact, I wrote several songs which did not get released until I came back. One of them was Constant Change. The other one was Beautiful Girl. Please be careful with my heart. My girl, my woman, my friend. Can't we start over again?
Yeah.
And I remember The Boy was written
Yeah.
when we were living in New York. We were vacationing in Quebec. And one morning, I heard a familiar song. A song that I associated with a girl that I used to like.
Yeah.
And so I said, yeah, I remember the song and I remember the girl,
Yeah.
but I didn't remember the feeling anymore.
Oh, wow.
So that's that was the start of.
Yeah. I was actually
remember.
going to ask you, what's your creative process? What triggers the hits? What triggers the melodies?
Okay.
What triggers the lyrics?
In the song Beautiful Girl, I said, I fear that I might have lost you like a song in the night. There's a phrase there in Beautiful Girl. I fear that I might have lost you like a song in the night. Because sometimes, just before I go to sleep, a melody floats in. And I have to record that very quickly. Otherwise, the next morning, it's gone. It's like a baby's first thought.
Yeah.
So melodies can come to me riding on a plane, coming up with da-dun, 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 da-da-da-da, which eventually was used by Pal.
Yes, that's right.
Or looking at the clouds and say, yeah, we're all just merely passing through, like these clouds, I wrote Constant Change. So the inspiration usually triggers a melody.
Okay.
And I live with that melody for sometimes a month,
Wow.
2 months, before I can decide on the theme to use.
Okay. Okay, speaking about themes, let's talk about Christmas and that huge hit, the Christmas song Christmas
Thank
in Our
God.
Hearts. It's, Christmas in the Philippines is not complete if you don't hear or sing Christmas in Our Hearts.
Hindi naman, but, yeah, but
And it's from your first Christmas album, which was released in 1990. At that time, what triggered the need to release a Christmas album?
okay. Well, we all know that Christmas is our favorite season of the year, you know. And I remember my fondest memories of Christmas when I was a kid, listening to Four Aces and Johnny Mathis and Bing Crosby and all the love in the house.
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
The
You
love in the
always
air that-
remember the feeling
Yes.
of Christmas. Yes?
That's correct. So, but I never thought, since I started recording in 1967, 77, 87, I never thought that I would come up with a Christmas album. Then one day in 1990, my record producer, the late Belia Tan, suggested the idea. Why? Because of the tremendous success of my album Constant Change, with all those songs. Constant Change, Please Be Careful with My Heart, My Girl, My Woman, My Friend. So she said, Joe, why don't you come up with a Christmas album? And I said, okay. So the first thing that I did was to compile some of the Christmas songs that I remember as a child. When a child is born, Mary's Boy Child, long time ago in Bethlehem, Harry Belafonte.
Yeah.
And then Little Christmas Tree, no one to buy you, give your, Nat King Cole. And may the good Lord bless and keep you. Those were songs that reminded me of my Christmas when I was growing up. So, and then of course, being a singer-songwriter, Belia said, it's not going to be complete without an original song.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, that's right.
Pressure.
Yeah. Then I remember just 3 years before, there was an Assumption School class that was celebrating their high school jubilee. My good friend Chari Cruz Sarate, my friend from college days, called me and asked me if I could set to music a poem that she wrote, Ang Tubig Ay Buhay, which was going to be their Jubilee song. And the melody of that was very catchy. And after after the Silver Jubilee, we set the song aside and we forgot about it. Then I remember that melody. I said, hey, that could make a nice Christmas song. So I pulled it out of my, my closet and started to work on it. It was a Sunday morning. My family and I were coming out of church. And suddenly there was a young lady who ran after me to the car, knocked on my windshield, gave me her card. Rina Canyiza. Says, sir, I'm a budding songwriter. One day I'd like to collaborate with you. I said, okay, all right. Maybe we can do that. Then I thought of the Christmas song. So I called her to the house and we both worked on that melody.
Wow.
And so, Ang Tubig Ay Buhay, the melody, based on the poem of Chari Cruz, became Christmas in Our Hearts.
Wow, what a story. Wow.
Yeah.
And it has become an all-time hit.
Thank God. And I never expected that it would become a lifelong song. So it's God's blessing. I told people this, that I felt that the hand of the Holy Spirit was there from the very beginning.
Tito, you were talking earlier about how you were very fortunate to have enjoyed a 50-year career with all the opportunities that are now, I'm just quoting you, that are now not available to the singer-songwriters of today. How is that?
Yeah, well, because technology, Lisa, has changed, has evolved, developed over these recent years, that in the Philippines, music has become free. not only music sharing, like, uy, meron kang bagong Taylor Swift, pakopyaw. It's easy.
Yes.
Whereas in my time, you buy an LP, it's hard to copy that LP. I mean,
yes,
right?
that's right.
Nowadays, they
Even
can,
if you record it sa cassette,
Yeah.
merong pa ring background
Opo.
noise.
Uy, sorry, inopo kita. You're much younger than I am. Sorry.
okay.
So, technology has become accessible to people, and they can download the songs. They don't have to go to a record store
Yeah.
and put out 300 pesos to buy a CD. So, the recording companies are slowly folding up. First, it was, I can't remember the companies that were competing before
Yes,
during my
yes.
time. Now we're down to only maybe 1 or 2 recording companies.
Yeah.
One is Star Records, which is owned by ABS-CBN. The other one is GMA. So these are network-owned recording companies. The privately owned recording companies are all but gone.
Yeah.
And so I feel bad because it's not encouraging the younger songwriters to come up with new material, you know, and yeah.
Well, you as a businessman and an artist, how do you merge the two?
I haven't found the answer yet because at the moment, the artists that are still making money and enjoying are those that are stars in the roster of networks. So they come out on weekends in the television shows. They become known. They're visible, and so they do concerts all over the Philippines. That's where the money is, in concerts.
And katulad ng ipinangako natin kanina, hindi lang kwentuhan ang handog namin sa inyo sa hapong ito. Siyempre, may kantahan din. At dahil pangdalawahan ang aawitin ng ating espesyal na bisita, kailangan niya ng kaduet, di ba? Tito Joe, ready na ba kayo?
I was born ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jose Marie Chan.
Whenever I see girls and boys selling lanterns on the streets, I remember the child in the manger as he sleeps. Wherever there are people giving gifts, exchanging cards, I believe that Christmas is truly in their hearts. Let's light our Christmas trees for a bright tomorrow where nations are at peace and all are one in God.
Let's sing Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. This season may we never forget the love we have for Jesus. Let Him be the one to guide us as another New Year starts. And may the spirit of Christmas be always in our hearts.
In every prayer and every song, the community unites, celebrating the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. Let love light that starlight on that first Christmas morn, lead us back to the manger where Christ the child was born. So come, let us rejoice, come and sing a Christmas carol with one big joyful voice, proclaim the name of the Lord.
Let's sing Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. This season may we never forget the love we have for Jesus. Let Him be the one to guide us as another new year starts. And may the spirit of Christmas be always in our hearts. Let's sing Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. This season may we never forget the love we have for Jesus. Let Him be the one to guide us as another new year starts. And may the spirit of Christmas be always in our hearts.
Merry Christmas, Lisa.
Merry Christmas, Tita Jo. Wow!
We did it.
I can't believe it! Naka-duet ko din si Jose Marichan. Ladies and gentlemen, ang Christmas message po ninyo sa lahat ng nakikinig sa atin ngayong Pasko.
Okay, very simple. Let God reign in your home and let love reign in your hearts.
Yes, let's always remember that Christmas is about Christ. Maraming salamat sa pagdalaw ninyo dito sa amin ngayong
din sa'yo,
Pasko.
Lisa, for inviting me.
And of course, we wish you all the best and we wish everyone the best Merry Christmas ever and a Happy New Year.
Good health, ladies and gentlemen. Good health and prosperity to filter
all.
down to the roots, to the grassroots.
Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan ninyo kami ulit dito sa Art2art, kung saan ang usapang sining at kultura ay para sa lahat. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan at singer na rin, Lisa Macuja, nagpupugay sa artistang Pilipino.
Yes.